Story Corner, presented by Jennifer. Bella Sarah, Book 1, Bella's Gift, Chapter 8. The castle walls. Connell felt as if he were seeing Stigmore for the first time. A cold shiver ran through him as he gazed at the menacing black castle, its stone turrets rising high into the dark sky, boiling with storm clouds. There was no light here, nothing pure or good. Had he really called this place his home? Bella and the other horses stood prepared for the attack. The horses were brave and powerful creatures, but taking the castle would be extremely dangerous. The group was greatly outnumbered, and Connell knew better than any creature just how fierce the wolf pack could be. Mofor was merciless and demanded the same from the other wolves. Still, there was no time to lose. They had to act quickly to save Jillian and the others. Bella's white mane glowed brightly against the dark gray clouds. She looked at Connell, her eyes filled with determination. When we enter the castle, I want you to find Jillian and the Starstone Otter Queen. It's up to you to see that they are safe. Stop at nothing. Connell nodded bravely, although his heart began to beat more quickly. Thunder, go now! Thunder, the great black horse, stomped and reared. Bolts of lightning exploded from his hooves, slamming into the castle gates. They cracked and split like twigs before an axe, falling into a pile of dust and kindling. Connell heard a deep, low howl resonating through the castle walls. He knew the sound deep in his bones. Malphur was mobilizing the wolves. In a moment, they would be flooding out of the formation, fierce and ready to fight. The time had come. Thunder pounded ahead, leading the rest of the group through the fallen gates. Nike, the majestic winged horse, streaked up into the sky. Hovering above the castle, she scanned the dark maze of corridors below for captive animals in need of rescue, occasionally dipping and diving for a closer look. Suddenly, Malphur emerged from a doorway into the courtyard, hulking and ferocious. His eyes glowed with evil excitement, and his fur stood on end. Behind him were seemingly endless rows of snarling, snapping wolves. They faced the horses. Malphur threw back his head and howled. Connell raced towards the castle, hugging the shadows so he wouldn't be noticed. He couldn't risk the wolves or Ivina seeing him with the Starstone. If they learned Connell had gone against him, he would never be able to save Jillian. He would have to do his best to blend in. In the chaos of the battle, he just might be able to get away with it. Connell felt guilty, once again pretending to be something he was not. But he would do whatever it took to find Jillian and the Starstone Otter Queen. As Connell moved through the shadows, he saw Nike dive from the air, swooping low to the ground to distract a group of wolves. They leapt up, snapping at her hooves. Fluttering in the air, just out of their reach, she kicked and bucked. Jewel, the stately bay, seized the moment to race into the castle to search out the magical creatures. Once released, they could join the horses in battle. The wolves attacking Nike were becoming frenzied. One of them scrambled onto its fellow's back and leapt up, snapping at Nike's flank. The chestnut mare neighed in pain. Then she gave a powerful thrust of her wings and shot skyward. The wolves were left writhing in a heap below. Wolves continued filing out of the castle halls in endless legions. Muffler's deep barking growls directed their moves. Connell could see that in no time the horses would be surrounded. Where was Bella? Connell realized suddenly that he hadn't seen the great white mare since Thunder broke down the gates. He paused, dread suddenly turning his limbs to jelly. As Thunder whirled and stomped at the wolves around him, Fiona, the fiery red horse, broke away. Racing in circles around the courtyard, her mane became a blur and her vibrant coat began to glow. Her hooves flashed and a blazing trail of fire erupted from behind her. Wolves howled as the flames leapt and neared, trapping them outside the fiery ring and blinding their vision with smoke and white-hot flame. Several retreated in fear, fleeing past Connell. Then the fiery ring smoldered down and the smoke began to drift off and wisp through the sky. There, in the center of it all, stood Bella. Calm and majestic, the beautiful white horse was not daunted by the salivating, growling wolves. She walked through the middle of the courtyard slowly, seeming to take no notice of them as they circled in from all sides. When the wolves were just inches from her, Bella reared up and tossed her stately head. Her bright neigh, like the sound of 1,000 crystal bells, echoed off the walls of the courtyard. The wolves all around her stopped in their tracks, sensing the strange and unusual power that filled the air. Connell saw a flash of pure white light, so bright he had to close his eyes for fear of being blinded. When he looked back, the wolves around Bella had transformed from huge, menacing creatures into small cubs tumbling on the ground. Connell couldn't help but be amused as the once black-hearted beasts now nipped playfully at one another's tails. Maybe there's hope for them after all, he thought, as he slipped into the castle. He made his way down to the pitch-black corridors until he came to a great wooden door near Ivina's chamber. Connell felt the starstone around his neck glow, and he felt confident. Someone or something was inside. He was sure. He threw his weight against the solid door, and it slowly opened. There, trapped in a large iron cage, was the Starstone Otter Queen. The otter's bright eyes locked onto Connell's, the Starstone connecting their minds. You were true to your word. You returned. Connell was hardened by the otter's kind thought, but his heart plunged. Where was Jillian? It never occurred to him that she and the otter wouldn't be together. The otter gazed at him gently. You will find your friend. I'm quite sure she is close by. Connell wasted no time. He set to work freeing the otter, chewing through the thick leather strap that secured the cage door. At last the cage swung open, and the otter stepped out delicately. Take the stone, Connell said, bowing his head towards the otter so that she could lift it from his neck. I no longer need it. Go to the courtyard where your friend Bella awaits you. There are others to be saved. With that, the great wolf turned and sped through the corridor. Jillian was somewhere within these dark stone walls. He would find her.